I'm gonna give Uche Montana her flowers because she does very great and intriguing storylines. She comes up with really nice storylines, intriguing, interesting, whatever you want to call it, and it keeps you glued to your screen. I'm gonna really appreciate her for that. With that being said, let's talk about the movie A Long Way Home, featuring Uche Montana, Nadia Buhari, Maurice Sam, Olami Samuels, something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, these are the main characters or cast in the movie. So the movie is centered around a girl who got pregnant at an early stage while in her teens. She got pregnant. The mom was indignant, took her to a prophet. The prophet told her that she's not gonna get rid of the pregnancy. She shouldn't do it or get rid of subsequent pregnancy. If not, she's gonna lose her life. So they had to keep the pregnancy. Fast forward to several years later, the girl grew up as Beatrice, that's Thelma, that's Nadia Buhari, and the daughter grew up as Thelma, that's Uche Montana. The daughter was engaged to Kayode, that is Maurice Sam, right? So Thelma and Beatrice didn't have a typical mother-daughter relationship. The relationship had its friction here and there. Okay. She was planning her wedding to Kayode. So the mom was trying to invest her time, the money. The mom was going to pay for the wedding. So the mom was investing time and energy and everything in the wedding, trying to also decide several stuff for Thelma. Regardless of their iffy relationship, they had points of commonality. Well, the mom wasn't sure of Kayode, so she was putting Kayode under this assessment that I didn't quite get, because she said she feels he he wants something. I don't know what it is. She's not sure. So they had this dinner. Well, the mom, Beatrice, met Thelma's childhood friend. While she was driving, she saw him jogging. She stopped and they exchanged pleasantries and whatever. So she invited him for a dinner with Thelma and Kayode. They had this dinner. Thelma was surprised to see Chidi because she hadn't seen him for a long time. It's been a minute. So they had a catch up moment and everything. It was quite a spark to a point where Kayode was quite uncomfortable. But it's really normal for your childhood friend, your best friend. It's normal to have that spark when you guys meet. You want to talk about several stuff, and everything. Then Kayode, on the other hand, had a meeting with Beatrice, that's Thelma's mommy's fiance's mom, just for them to talk. But in the meeting, there was this awkward moment where they were kind of staring at each other. So it was like they were sexually drawn to each other, something like that. Well, after the wedding happened, and after the wedding, um, Beatrice had been trying before the wedding to get down with Chidi because Chidi was aesthetically pleasing. Both of them were, you know them now. So she had been trying to get down with Chidi. Chidi, on the other hand, wouldn't soil his dignity for whatever. So he was repudiating her consistently. She finally got down with her daughter's husband and she started getting down with him before the wedding. They started seeing each other. Now she was confidently sleeping with him because she felt she was never going to get pregnant because she was trying to get pregnant, but she couldn't get pregnant. That's in the past before she met Kayode. So she was having sex with him confidently. Eventually, she got pregnant. She she was taken to the hospital because she slumped. She was taken to the hospital. Thelma was called. Thelma had to rush to the hospital. Thelma, then the doctor broke the news that Beatrice, Thelma's mom, is apparently pregnant. Thelma was surprised, taken aback, wondering how, where, when, asking all of these plethora of questions. Beatrice, on the other hand, was also shocked because she knew that she had tried every possible means to get pregnant and she couldn't get pregnant. So she had given up on getting pregnant. Plus, she thought she had gone through menopause and the door was closed. So she was taken aback as well. She was shocked, fascinated, and everything. Well, she knew who the father of the pregnancy was. She knew who he was. Thelma was trying to find out, but Beatrice wouldn't tell her because Beatrice was trying to cover up because it doesn't make sense to tell your daughter that her husband is the one responsible for the pregnancy you are carrying. So she tried to keep the cat in the sack and zip her. Thelma was curious, you know, who is responsible for my mom's pregnancy? She thought it was Chidi because for some reason she felt the mom had quite a number of meetings with Chidi. So she felt Chidi was the one in the picture. But the mom said it wasn't Chidi. She was just trying to invest in his business because he was having one or two constraints. So she felt she could invest. By the way, Beatrice was an affluent woman because her mom had left her all of his wealth. So she had wealth at her disposal, right? Then Thelma, being so curious, decided to find out. So she hired a private investigator. The man brought back the results, photos of her husband going to three prominent hotels, having meetings at three prominent hotels with Beatrice, her mom. She was shocked. She couldn't contain herself. She was devastated, right? She went home. Now, meanwhile, before then, she had told her husband, Kayode, that they're gonna bring her mom to the house because the doctor said the pregnancy is high risk. So they need to bring the mom to the house to make sure they monitor her. The guy was trying to reject it and all that. And she was pushing for it because she wanted to monitor her mom and make sure the mom is okay or was okay. So the mom eventually came. Now the mom was happy about it because the mom was close to the father of her child. Take note, she had told Kayode that he is the father of the baby. Kayode was devastated, but Kayode started trying to accept it because he wanted a child. And his wife Thelma didn't want a child just yet because she was trying to pursue her career. So, um, well, she found out, Thelma found out, came to the house, confronted them about it. The mom did not show one single remorse. The mom had all of these confidence, boldness to tell her that she had two men that loved her and because she gave birth to her early while she was young, Thelma, stole a better part of her life. So why not? Well, Thelma left the house, went to her friend's house, was really, really in a state of, when you've gotten to that point where you don't know, you're caught between ending it and letting go, moving on. You know what I mean? She was in that state right there. Chidi, on the other hand, had told her that whatever happens, she should tell him first. While she had to go to Chidi, Chidi was just by her side trying to make sure she's okay, her friend too, and all of that stuff. Several months later, her mom gave birth to the child, and the guy tried to reach her. She made sure she blocked the door, raised the wall so he wouldn't penetrate. That's her husband now. and she moved out because she put up with her friend for a while, so she got her apartment and moved out. Interesting movie, intriguing movie, nice storyline. I love the storyline. First of all, let's talk about the positives of the movie. I love the storyline, love it down. And every character in the movie interpreted their roles succinctly, especially um, Maurice Sam. We know he's deft at what he does. Um, Uche, Nadia. Oh, Nadia. Nadia deserves accolades. This is why. She acted like a young mom and a bitch at the same time and a seductress. It was beautiful to watch, trust me. She was, and she was well articulate, and it was fluid. It was not forced. It was fluid. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. However, I have a little problem with the movie. Firstly, the conversation, the conversation the kids had, because there was a conversation between Thelma and Chidi while they were young when her dad left, because her dad left her with the mom. They had this conversation. It was not fluid, it was rehearsed. I wish it was very fluid, like two kids having a conversation their age in relation to whatever it was. It was not fluid, in my opinion. So I was lost there. Then there was a bit of grammatical errors here and just a few here and there. I heard furnitures instead of furniture, and it was from Uche. Yeah. Well, but overall, the movie was beautiful. Nice movie. I loved the movie. Honestly, I loved the movie. Another thing that threw me off a little bit was Chidi's interpretation of his role. It, it was not like Maurice. I know they had different roles. However, I didn't get the same level of efficiency, effectiveness, and fluidity from Chidi, from Olami, or I don't remember his name. But beautiful movie. I think you should go watch it. I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. Go watch the movie. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next review.